And a good Monday morning to you all. Welcome to a good day here. Behind me, right there, wrong finger there, Tom. That's Mr. Wave. There he is. He's not joining me today because he has to get the Fox. Now, he actually has to do work now, like I do. So he'll be there behind me doing his thing. And oh, it's a cold one. Yes, this is the winter time that most of us who've been here a while have experienced, where we actually had more than just a 1 day hit of cold. It is cold, absolutely. Today, of course, Martin Luther King Day, and of course, many events to honor Dr. King are going on across the country, and of course, here in Erie. And of course, it's usually showcased by the Martin Luther King parade that goes on every Martin Luther King Day here in Erie. And of course, being in January, you have to expect a wide variety of weather. And you know, I'm always amazed at how hardy people here, not only in Erie but in Northwest Pennsylvania. We go to our parades. We support so many activities that occur whenever the weather isn't good. We come out. Parades. St. Patrick's Day parade, which has its own inclement weather. Martin Luther King probably has the most inclement weather. Martin Luther King Day, naturally being in January, and it is going to be a cold one for the day. Now, on the good side, the lake effect, boy, complete miss over the weekend. I am surprised. I must say, I am. I really thought we got skirted a little bit in the morning, but it stayed offshore all day. I really thought it would come on shore and give us at least a few inches of snow along the lakefront. Never happened. But the cold is there. One thing that it did do, though, it really hit here. We're zooming in on the Buffalo area. You can see that band of heavy snow, and here's of course downtown Buffalo. Looks like it's hitting the West Seneca. I thought it was hitting downtown Buffalo, but zooming in, it's not. It's the south side here. Basically, I'm trying to find Orchard Park here, but I'm not seeing it. I always forget exactly where it's at, but it's in this area. And the last I checked, yesterday afternoon, they've been hitting all day yesterday, all night. There was 2.5 feet of snow in the Orchard Park area from yesterday, and that was at check about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And no doubt they got a lot more. Wouldn't be surprised if they had over 3, maybe even 4 feet of snow in those bands. Now, as the good news is those bands are expected to move north, and we're seeing a bit of a northward movement of the bands just in the past half hour, while the bands here stay offshore. So of course, naturally we got the Steeler Buffalo game going on there at 4:30. Even though the bands are expected to be north there of the day, let me go right to Storm Track, or excuse me, Futurecast, and there it is, picking up those bands. And notice, certainly by midday, the bands move into the Niagara Falls area and will be well north, so that by 4:30, roughly in this area here, you can see they're well north. But the game is still going to be very cold, very windy. Wind chills are going to still be -10. The winds are going to gust probably to about 30 miles an hour during the game. So that may bode well. I mean, Buffalo is the favored team here, but weather can be the great equalizer, and in the playoffs anything can happen. So we'll see what goes. But regardless, by the end of the day today, only one local team will be in the playoffs. Cleveland, well, they did get smoked pretty good on Saturday by excellent Houston team. But it was a good story there. Flacco took it pretty far, but he played with fire, I think, a little too many times there. Those 2 pick sixes in the third quarter were definitely coffin nailers. It was a tough game to watch. But Houston, I'll tell you what, boy, what a story that one is. We'll see how far they go. But in the meantime, we're looking at the very cold wind chills here. Our current wind chills are currently in the it's close -12 there in Jamestown. Wind chills will stay below zero all day, and occasionally down, maybe up down to -15. So fortunately, most of the kids have no school today for Martin Luther King Day. If you are going out, please remember, make sure your pets, remember your pets, they're as influenced by this cold air as you are. If you're going out for a walk, make sure they're dressed warmly. Put a little cover on them, the dogs, as if you are going out in that morning walk, because again, it is definitely on the cold side for today. And wind chills, if they're going out to play today, wind chills down to -10. Young kids, you can still have to watch for frostbite. Cover as much of as much as you can of their faces and their bodies. Again, we'll see how things go. I'm again going back to football. Cowboys lost. Sorry, no tears shed. I'm a happy man. My son, the Philly Eagle fan, happy as well. Eagles played today. They played Tampa Bay. Of course, they've been reeling. I think Tampa Bay is just what they need to maybe get them on track. The Rams lost Detroit, the revenge game there. And Detroit pulling off the victory there. I'm kind of glad. I always felt that the Rams were the biggest threat to San Francisco. Green Bay, good Cinderella story. They smoked the Cowboys, and they put 48 points on them. And if the Niners don't take them as seriously as Dallas, they'll lose as well. But, I think the Niners will beat them. I think they're a little more disciplined. We'll see. Amy, good to see you this morning. 8 degrees out there on State Street, absolutely, and frigid. Hello, Vicky. Good to see you and everyone. Bob and Sue out in Jacksonville. Good to see you as well this morning. I'm sure you're on the cold side too. Mary, Kendra, good to see you. You stay safe and warm. Phyllis, cold out there, 4 degrees. Hello, Ron. Go ahead and save the 9 degrees we have this morning for a different day. Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, if we can get about 3 or 4 of us, maybe we'll get into double digits. That's good, Ron. Rose, good to see you this morning. Go Steelers. Okay, we'll see how they do there. Lori, 2 degrees out there. Go Bills. All right. Yes, love a good rivalry. Yeah, come on, let's fight. No, I'm not. I do not advocate that at all. Both of you, I wouldn't want to. Wouldn't want to battle any of you two. Hey, Shelly. It's a cold one out there. 1 degree in Corey. Shelly Z there. Ginger's got 5 degrees in Little Hope. Hey, Bill, 9 out there in the Waterford area. Hello to you, Jolie. Good to see you this morning. Bob and Sue got 45 out there in Jacksonville. Lori out in Warren. Yeah, it's a good year for the 49ers. I think they can go all the way to the Super Bowl. Hopefully they'll win. But anything can happen. They better not take Green Bay lightly next week. Hello to you, Mike. Got 1 degree out there in Corey. Yep, I'd watch the Bills and the Lions in the Super Bowl. Now we'll see. Not one that I want to see. Moxie Jim, good to see you. Got 15 out there in the hills of Tennessee. It's cold everywhere. Absolutely cold everywhere. Hello, Diane, on that frigid morning. If you're looking for warmth this week, forget it. It ain't happening. Period. Stop. Here is our 7-day forecast. Of course, today, Martin Luther King Day, probably the coldest day of the week. But you can see the big warm up. No, we have a solid week into the weekend. Temperatures not getting up 20s for highs. Tomorrow, we may have it looks similar to yesterday, but I think the winds are going to be a little more westerly in the afternoon. So I think we have a better chance of seeing some snow. I'm figuring 2 to 3 for the lakeshore. If those bands get a little better entrenched, outside chance of getting 4+. We'll see. But basically, by the time you get to Waterford, maybe an inch. And for Edinburgh, Corey, and the rest of you, the normally snowy lake effect, not this time. you get less than an inch for the day, perhaps even some sunshine. Wednesday looks dry. We're going to get waves going through Thursday and Friday. Shots of best guess about 1 to 3 Thursday and Friday. Maybe a little bit of lake enhancement. We'll see how that goes. Saturday, another deep plunge. You may not get out of the teens, but then Sunday, high pressure builds in, and that'll give us some noticeably milder air for much of next week to get toward the end of January. Didn't we just have New Year's Day? I'm telling you, it's incredible how fast it's going. Hello, Celine. Good morning. May have to do a little work on the snowboard there tomorrow. We'll see. Hello, Pamela. Got 0 in Cochranton. Yeah, we got temperature. Some of you may be slipping a little below 0 as the skies have cleared out, and we have a pretty good batch of. Yes, those guys shoveling the snow. $20 an hour and free food. Why am I here? Okay, everyone. I got to fly here. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm. Be careful out there. It's real winter time. Yes, it's finally arrived. It's going to hang on for the week. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.